Christ. If you want that, you just simply say amen.
Amen.
I have a very simple thing that I want to share with you tonight. On the way here, we traveled, according to Micah. Micah drove the bus, ladies and gentlemen. It was his initial voyage driving our tour bus last night. Give it up for Micah Salmon, ladies and gentlemen. Bus driver extraordinaire. There's nothing he cannot do. He can do backflips. He can play guitar. He sells posters. Because it's pretty.
He can produce an EP.
Right? He's a producer. He can drive a bus. Wow. Right. He can do anything. So, last night we took the way up here. We took Interstate 75. I am told. I can't confirm this. I don't know. I didn't look at a map. Whatever. I was riding on the bus. That's it. That's all I know. But I do know at one point in the middle of the night I did grab on to my bunk and hold on for dear life because I knew that heaven was going to happen in about 6 seconds. Apparently, we were just turning a curve, so everything was okay. He said we took Interstate 75, and then we took I-30 or Highway 30 over here. Does that sound right to anybody?
Yeah.
You Fort Wayne people, you know what's up? Okay. All right, so you Fort Wayne folks, if you're wanting to go to Lexington, Kentucky, or Atlanta, Georgia, you would get on 75 South, right? That's where you would go, right? So if somebody said to me, are you good, by the way? You good? Or are you still waiting? You're good? Somebody said they're on their way to Atlanta, Georgia to go watch the Atlanta Braves play baseball. That would be a great thing, right? All you Detroit Tigers fans in the room, right? Wait, hold on. They're going to go watch the Detroit Tigers play against Atlanta in Atlanta. Okay, that's a little bit better for like 3 people. The rest of everybody doesn't care. Okay, let's say it's 1996 and the Olympics are happening in Atlanta, Georgia. We're so excited to go, oh my gosh. We would take I-75 South to get there. But if somebody was on I-75 North, correct me if I'm wrong, does I-75 North go to Detroit, Michigan? Does it? Does it? Yes, it does. In my inferior lack of highway and interstate knowledge, I remember that. So somebody's on Interstate 75 going northbound, and they're like, we're going to the Olympics in Atlanta. I'd be like, dude, you're going the wrong way. You're headed in the wrong direction. It's not that way, it's the other way. You're like, no. We're going to the Olympics, man. It's going to be awesome. 75 North, it's going to get us there. It's going to be great. All friends are there. It's bad. It's awesome. It's great. You're like, no, dude. Check it out. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Then they hop on Highway 30, right? They start getting on Highway 30, and you're like, dude, you're not even on the right road, okay? You're going the wrong way. You're headed in the wrong direction. But they tell you. They're convinced, and they're sure. And I argue with you and say, no, this is the right way. I have went this way many, many times. I've been driving this road my entire life. This is the way to go, right? And you're just sitting there and you just throw up your hands in the air and you say, I give up. I can't convince you. You know, good luck spending the rest of your life trying to get it to Atlanta going north. You will have to go all the way around the world, tell Santa Claus hi, whenever you get to the North Pole, come back around the South Pole and swim with some penguins, and then maybe you'll eventually get there. But you know, the only reason I even say that and talk about that is because very simple. Just ask, you know, what road that you're on, and where you're going, where you're headed. Because for a lot of us, especially in America, when we ask each other, most of us will lie. We won't tell the truth about where we are. Yeah, I'm not gonna single you out and embarrass anybody. You know, I'll leave that in your mind. You just tell yourself the truth. You don't have to tell me the truth. You tell yourself the truth. You know, what road are you on? Where are you headed? Where are you going? If I say, are you a Christian? Are you following Jesus? Do you know Him? Are you part of the family of God? And you're headed the opposite way, then I feel like it's my, not job or duty, but as a friend, as someone who cares and loves you, not someone who would judge you and point a finger at you, because, see, that's not what Jesus did. Jesus didn't come into the world and point his finger at people, but he reached out his arms and opened his arms to the world. He opened his arms to prostitutes, to the hated people of society. People hated tax collectors. He invited them over for dinner. And everybody was like, what are you doing? Prostitutes were washing Jesus' feet. And everybody's like, what the heck is this guy doing? See, he didn't come to point fingers. He came to open up his arms to the entire world. And tonight, the same thing is here tonight. So what road are you on? Which way are you headed? If you know that you're on the wrong direction, let me tell you something. If you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and I say, hey, are you following Jesus? And you're like, yeah, I am. But you know that your actions don't line up with that. You know that there are areas of your life that aren't right and that are clearly on the wrong path. As a friend, will you just listen to me, just hear this, and just say, if you're going the wrong direction, just know it. Just know it. Don't act. Don't be an actor. Don't wear a mask. Don't be the type of person who dresses up for Halloween every day of your life. And you get up in front of the mirror and then you present yourself to the world as something that you're really not. Choose tonight to be real. Because me as a Christian, I can tell you, the real truth about me is I make a lot of mistakes. And I fall a lot. And I sin quite a bit. But the difference is that because of my relationship with Jesus Christ, He's changing me every day to look more like Him. Like I look more like Jesus today than I did yesterday because of my relationship with Him. And I may not be perfect, and I may not have it all figured out, but I know that I'm on the right road, and I'm walking to Him, and I'm walking towards Him, and I know that this direction will take me to Him. So tonight I just wanted to ask you that simple question. If you want to get on that road with me and walk with me together. Not as somebody who would act like you got it all figured out, because none of us do. Because this road isn't for perfect people. This road is for people that are forgiven. This road is for people who have their eyes focused on something. In Hebrews chapter 11, there's this big long list of people throughout the Bible that have faith. It was like this hall of fame, if you will, of faith. The people who had faith. All these great people who did all these amazing things because of faith. And it said a couple of cool things. One guy's name was Moses. And they said that Moses was able to do what he was able to do because he kept his eyes on the one who is invisible. I read that verse and I thought that is one of the most awesome freaking verses I've ever heard in my entire life. That Moses was able to walk the road that he walked and stay on the path that he was on because he kept his eyes on the one who was invisible. And then the very next chapter starts talking about this guy named Jesus. And it said that Jesus embraced the cross and was able to embrace the cross and die for the sins of the world because he had his eyes focused. He had his eyes fixed on something. He was able to stay on the path that he was on because he had his eyes fixed on eternity and not the present moment. He was on a path and he was headed in a certain direction. He had his eyes fixed on a finish line. There was a point and he was going there. We talked about going to Atlanta, going to the Olympics, but now we're talking about going to Jesus and heading to God, heading in His direction. Going this way, keeping our eyes fixed on Him and focused on Him. Man, if your goal in life is to just be famous, to make a lot of money and get married, I'm telling you, if that's the end, if that's what you think is going to make you happy, I'm telling you, your goal is over here. You're going the wrong direction. If your goal is to get high this weekend and to just try to escape this world and get your mind into a state where you can just forget about all of your problems, and that's your goal, it's over here or it's over here, I'm telling you, you're headed in the wrong direction. That is the wrong way. There's another road that you're supposed to be on. If you're over here and you're headed in a way that says, you know, I can do whatever I want and still get to Jesus. That is the wrong way. You're on the wrong road. That is headed for the exact opposite way. I can live however I want to live and do whatever I want to do, and every time I'm going to ask God to forgive me, He's going to forgive me. It's not true. It's not true. Because your eyes are fixed on something else. Your eyes are fixed on a goal that is not real. Tonight instead, I want to ask you to get on a road headed to a certain direction. Keep your eyes fixed on it. I'm not asking anybody to be perfect, because if you're a Christian who makes mistakes and makes sins, I want you to know you're normal. You're normal. It's not about being perfect. It's about having a relationship with Jesus Christ. My daughter did not come out of the womb speaking English. It didn't happen. But she hung out with me, and guess what? She sounds like a redneck. She does. She's got this big, huge southern accent, and every one-syllable word has two syllables. Dad, Mom. It's a one-syllable word, but she makes it two syllables, right? Because she's hung out with me. She didn't come out of the womb potty trained. We had to teach her how to do that many, many, many times. All right. But check this out. One of my favorite things. If you I don't know if I put a picture of it on my Twitter account or not, but she gave me this coffee cup for Father's Day. And my wife wrote Happy Father's Day on this coffee cup. And underneath it, she wrote her name. You can tell it's just like this little squiggly A and little V and all this kind of stuff. And it looks like a little kid wrote it. I taught her how to write her name. I did that. The reason that she knows how to write that A and B and E and R and Y, which spells Avery, for those of you that don't know that. The reason she knows how to do that is because I taught her how to do that. She has a relationship with me. She learned that. You see what I'm saying? When you get on the right road, you have a relationship with Jesus Christ. She's going to learn how to write her name even better a year from now. And a year after that, she's going to write it even better than that. And when she's grown up, she's going to be able to write it perfect. And in this relationship with Christ, you are not perfect right now. But every day in your relationship with Him, you will get better. Not because of your own effort, and not because of your own initiative, and not because you're super special and super awesome, but because of His grace and because of His power, and because of His Holy Spirit living inside of you. He will change your life. That's all I wanted to say. So if you're here tonight, you feel like you're on the wrong road, you want to get on the right road, let's do it together. It's about just keeping our eyes fixed on Him. It's not about sending $1,000 to disciple, which would be awesome. But you can't buy your way to heaven. You can't work your way to heaven. It's not about that. Jesus has already done all the work. He's already done everything. He's already done everything. All He's asking you to do is get on the right road with Him. To fix your eyes, give your faith. Put all your faith in Him. You do that tonight, He'll change you. He'll change you. He'll do it. You hang out with Him, He'll change you. You stay with Him, He'll change you. You say, oh man, I got addictions. Hang out with Him and don't stop. He'll change you. Oh man, I got bitterness. I got people I hate. I got people that wrong me. Hang out with Jesus. He'll take it. He'll teach you how to love. He'll teach you how to let it go. Oh man, I don't have a job, man. My wife left me. My life is in a mess. It is awful. Everything's whatever. You stay with Him. You stay on the right road. You keep your eyes fixed on Him. He will teach you how to overcome any obstacle that this life throws in your path. The Apostle Paul says, I know what it's like to have a lot, and I know what it's like to have a little, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is the road that we're supposed to be on. The road that can do anything. The road where nothing can stop us. The road where any obstacle that gets in our way, we just get over it because we are unstoppable with Christ. We're unstoppable. There's nothing that can stop us with Him. Nothing. There's no addiction that can stop you. There's no relationship that can stop you. No heartbreak that can stop you. No money problem. No job loss. There's nothing that can stop you on this road. When you get on this road and you walk down with Him, there is nothing and no one that can ever stop you. Nothing. The Bible says that nothing can separate us from the love that is in God through Jesus Christ. Angels can't, demons can't, life can't, death can't, hell can't. Nothing can separate us. Nothing can stop you. So whatever fear you have about giving your life to Jesus Christ tonight, take that fear and throw it as far away from you as you can get it. And come to Him tonight. When you're headed the wrong direction, you're headed to some other goal. I'm asking you to get on the right road tonight. Have your eyes fixed on Him, all right? Will you do that? I can't see you, but it's not about me seeing you. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Everybody's eyes are open. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Who cares? Don't even look at anybody. This is about you and God. This is not about me. I'm just a second. I'm going to ask you if you want to get on the right road to lift up your hand. Don't do it yet. In just a second, I'll ask you. But what I'm asking you to do is just in faith, lift up your hand to God and say, I'm on the wrong road. Put me on the right road. All right? And saying it, this is not like me seeing you and I get to feel good about it, or somebody else seeing you and go, whoa, what's going on? It's nothing like this. It's between you and God, all right? I know everybody's eyes are open. Who cares? Who cares? If you're here tonight and say, I'm on the wrong road, and tonight, I want to get on the right road. I want to put my eyes on Jesus and fix my eyes on Him. I want to follow Him. I want to follow Him. I want to let Him change my life. I want to be on a road that I know if He's with me, that I'll be unstoppable. That nothing that this world throws at me will ever stop me. If that's you, you say, I'm on the wrong road, I want to be on the right road. I want you to lift up your hand right now. God bless you, man. God bless you guys. Anybody else? Anybody else? Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else who say, hey man, my eyes are fixed on the wrong thing. My eyes are looking at the wrong thing. My eyes have not been on Jesus. My eyes have been on money. My eyes have